Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the 2022 WVSSAC Swimming Championships. Welcome inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park. My name is Jack Witho. Joining me today from Swim WV, none other than James Miller. James, I know people are excited in this building, but this is the time for you to shine today. It is Miller time.
It is absolutely.
And we're ready for championship swimming here in the state of West Virginia.
We absolutely are. And yesterday it was electric in here. The girls' side, it wasn't as electric, so I feel that there's going to be tons. It wasn't as electric yesterday.
Come on.
Partly because they had to swim at 8:30 in the morning and there wasn't this many people.
Yep.
But I think today is going to be super electric. I just looked through all the state records. Every state record is within reach today. Every state record on the girls' side is within reach.
And that's the crazy thing. We saw so many state records here last year set.
I know. It's and even more. Now, some of them are probably trying to break their own record.
Right.
But some of them, all of the records are obtainable today. And I can tell you today, George Washington, about the end of the meet yesterday, they could not wait to have a mulligan. You
get a mulligan in swimming?
Yeah, that's what today is. You get to swim again.
Okay.
Because yesterday you had to qualify for today, and then you get to swim again today. And basically, poor George Washington, they didn't have quite their best meet yesterday. They'll all tell you. The coach will tell you. Everyone at George Washington will tell you. On the flip side, Morgantown had one of the best meets they've ever had.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Usually when you have like the super best meet that you've always had, sometimes there's a little letdown.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you just have a terrible meet, you have nowhere to go but up.
A little bit of motivation is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Is in the blood of George Washington today.
Oh, yeah.
On this girls' team.
Absolutely are motivated.
And they're the defending champions from last year. Matter of fact, how many years have they won this thing?
Won this thing for I believe it's 10 years. I can look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 or 11 years.
George Washington, the Patriots, are the favorite in the girls here this morning. Tell me about, obviously, Morgantown right behind them.
All right behind. It's separated by 3 points. So they are the favorite. George Washington is the favorite, but 3 points separates George Washington from Morgantown. Also, what's something very exciting that could happen to George Washington swimmer today, Madeline McLaughlin. For those that don't know, I've compiled an all-time, this is going to sound really nerdy, but that's what I am. I've compiled an all-time best swimmers of all time in the state of West Virginia. There has never been a swimmer on the girls' side that has won state championships all 4 years of their both events.
Yep.
Madeline McLaughlin, she's already done it for 2 straight years. She's a junior. So if she could just keep on going, she'll be the first person in the state of West Virginia to win 8 state championships by herself.
Well, what I'm excited about is once we get to that 4x100 relay at the end of this meet, is I want everything separated at the top just by a few points.
Oh, yeah.
Where it comes down to that last touch to claim the championship here in 2022.
I hope that's what will happen. George Washington, they'll tell you, they kind of played it safe yesterday in their actual swim. Because whenever you do preliminaries, they do circle seeding. So if you're the first seed or the second seed, you're swimming with a bunch of slower seeds. So they had such a huge lead that sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself when you're not swimming directly beside your competition.
So we've got the girls' finals here this morning. The boys later on this afternoon here inside the Aquatic Center at Milan Park. And it's going to be an exciting day, a long day. And I forgot, and as soon as I stepped into this building, I remember the temperature inside this building and the humidity. I was reminded quickly once I stepped into this building.
Oh, my gosh, it's always super warm. Today I'm at least wearing long-sleeve shirts. Sometimes I forget that it's going to be warm and I wear a sweatshirt inside, and that doesn't always work out so well.
So the neat thing here before the meet, do they have the Walk of Champions?
Yeah, so here's what's going to happen today. For those that have never seen a state meet, this is the coolest thing ever. So you have the consolation heats. They swim. And then as soon as they're done, everybody steps to the side, and you have the person that's seated first in the event. They pick the music, and they walk out to the music. And then not only do they walk out to the music, but they have their teammate hold the sign that says 200 medley relay. And so they're going to walk out with music, and it's the parade. It's the best part of any state meet, I guarantee.
We're going to step aside for the playing of the national anthem.
Happy Honda Days from all of us at Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today or shop online.
This is my kind of holiday.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Welcome back inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia for the 2022 WVSSAC Swimming Championships. Jack Withrow alongside James Miller. And James, a couple keys you got to this girls' meet here this morning.
Well, basically, it's not even all in the first place. It's all in the second or thirds. It's which George Washington or which Morgantown person, second or third place person, is going to swim out of their mind better. And also, for Morgantown, yes, they had a good meet yesterday, but a lot of times they're seated first in a lot of their events.
All right.
They got to make sure that they don't fall down.
They've got the X on their back is what you're saying.
Absolutely. They got a big target, and especially George Washington, they're ready. And this event, George Washington has a chance to finish second or even first in this event. If George Washington finishes first in this event today, it's going to be a little bit harder for Morgantown because this is one of those. Relays are double. This is one of those things that could get George Washington a bigger separation lead. And also watch out for Buchanan Upshur. They had a wonderful meet yesterday. Currently they're seated third. They're having a great meet. And Caden Svensson, she is heading to the University of Auburn in 2 years to swim. So they're going to be looking for Caden Svensson and Cameron Zuliani to lead the way to a nice third place finish.
So we start out with the 200-yard medley relay here as our first event. And you didn't give me one of these fancy sheets with all the girls' names. I just have the teams as we'll take a look at heat number 1, the consolation heat. In lane number 2, it'll be Parkersburg South in lane 3, Huntington in lane 4, Parkersburg in lane 5. Elkins will be in lane 6, and Spring Mills in lane 7.
Yeah, they only gave me one. I do apologize. So there we
now I get a fancy one.
See, we got you one.
Got me covered.
This is what the coaches get. I got you a special copy. All right, here we go.
So the first event here this morning, the girls' 200-yard medley relay, and the backstroke is the first rope. They're in the water here at the Aquatic Center at Milan Park.
What I really love is that nice start. You want the tons of underwater work. Look at lane 3 right there. That's
Parkersburg
perfect.
South in lane 3.
Perfect underwaters. That's what you're trying to get halfway through. It's an amazing swim. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Haley Schaefer, the touch for Parkersburg South as the Patriots' second leg, the breaststroke in the water first here in the consolation.
Well, Huntington's coming back. Look at that. So she's not moving her head. She's keeping a good body position, and that's what's separating her from the Parkersburg South. She keeps her whole body in a line. You can see in Parkersburg South, the head's a little bobbing a little bit. You can even see that a little bit in the other lane, in the Parkersburg. You got to make sure that you keep your body in a straight line, and that's why she's gotten a nice little lead there.
Senior Lily Banford will touch ahead of Parkersburg South. in Parkersburg. And now in the water.
And
In lane 4 is Huntington leading Lauren Lockwood.
And in Huntington, that was 7 strokes. That's what you're looking for. You want to take as few butterfly strokes as possible. It's hard on your upper body to be able to do it. What a wonderful swim so far for Huntington.
Lauren Lockwood touches, and the freestyle. The anchor in the water for Huntington, Claire Burberry, the senior.
Oh, but look.
Lane 3, Parkersburg South coming on.
And look at Parkersburg. They're trying. Oh, can they get it on the turn? Look at that underwater. They might be able to do it. It's surging.
Parkersburg South closing in. Chesney Douglas, but she will not catch Claire Burberry Huntington.
And look at this race here. Oh, nice finish.
.39.38. Well, that was the split. 2 minutes, .40 for Huntington.
And Huntington just dropped 2 seconds in that. So
as we come up to the final in this girls 200-yard medley relay. And taking a look at the lane assignments in lane 2, it'll be Wheeling Park, lane 3, George Washington, lane 4, Morgantown, in lane 5, Buchanan, Upshur, Bridgeport, in lane 6, and in lane 7, Redskins of Hurricanes. So all the big hitters in this one to start things off with. George Washington, Morgantown, Buchanan, Upshur, and Bridgeport all at the top here in the girls.
And here's the one. You want to start out strong with the medley relay. So that's what all three of their philosophies are. You start out strong and hope that you can just carry that momentum forward. So if George Washington pulls off a higher finish, they're probably going to be looking a little bit better as the meet goes along.
Of course, Morgantown, 149.68, 151.90 on Buchanan Upshur. George Washington, a 152.31 yesterday.
And we're looking for a 148.84. That is the state record. It was set in 2020, 2 years ago. And here's my favorite part.
I've heard they get to pick out their music.
They do, the Morgantown. And they kept this a secret on my Splashcast. They told me they were not going to tell me what song it was until they picked the state meet. I love it.
As we see them come in on the far side of the pool. And there's the Morgantown team. They'll be in lane 4 again. A 149.68 is what they swam. You see a couple big names in there. I see Maddie McLaughlin for George Washington. Caroline Riggs. Wow. That brings back memories, doesn't it?
Yes.
Last year.
Yes, it does. Here she is. She's swimming breaststroke, her best stroke. And really what you're looking for, so if you are George Washington and Morgantown, you need to make sure that you have a 2-second lead, about a 2-second lead over Buchanan Upshur, because Cadence Vincent, she is definitely the fastest freestyle leg on here. So you need to make sure if you're George Washington and Morgantown, you are setting the big lead. And for Morgantown versus George Washington, it's the start by Mia Walko.
Mia Walko will be in the water first for George Washington. Delaney Householder for Morgantown. Buchanan Upshur is Riley Vincent, the freshman. Bridgeport, Cheyenne, I believe that's Rhodey? Mm-hmm. All right. J.B. Meadows of Hurricane in the water first. And for Wheeling Park, it'll be Ava Sinceri.
And this is really cool for Buchanan Upshur. They got siblings in the relay. So you got the younger sibling as the backstroke. And here we go.
You're correct. Riley Vincent in the water to start things off for Buchanan Upshur. Her older sister, Cadence Vincent, the anchor leg in the relay. And off here in the girls 200-yard medley relay championship.
All right, that's so far a good start again.
Lane 3. And out in lane 5, Buckhannon Upshur.
That's a great start for Delaney Householder.
She pulls ahead just slightly. And lane 5 and in the water is Buckhannon Upshur.
And this is Riggs versus McLaughlin on the breaststroke here. So
wow.
Here we go. In case you remember from last year.
Lane 4.
This is Riggs and McLaughlin instead of being the last bit of the 100, they're doing the breaststroke.
Riggs finally pops up out of the water.
There's McLaughlin. She's coming on.
Riggs looks strong.
George Washington's going to need a really good butterfly leg.
Lane 3, George Washington in second place. Lane 4, Morgantown in the water.
And watch out for the punter of Buckhannon Upshur, Cameron Zuliani. She's over there in the Buckhannon Upshur team. And it looks like Buckhannon Upshur might be pulling away here. And that's not going to look good for George Washington. I mean,
Lane 4, Morgantown in the water. The freestyle.
All right. This is what
Stanescu.
And now
coming on in lane 5 is Buckhannon Upshur. Vincent, can she pull her?
We're looking for the record, 148.
Stanescu. Vincent coming on, but Stanescu will take the championship for Morgantown in the 200-yard medley relay. Hey, we're already excited here. Crowd's pumped.
This is a lot more excitement than it was in the morning meet. So,
when I show up, I bring the excitement.
That's what it was.
Take a look at the replay here at the finish.
It's finished really strong, and look how close this was. But obviously, Cadence Vincent, the soon to be a Division I star, she carried Buckhannon Upshur to second place.
So Morgantown takes the girls' 200-yard medley relay here in the first event. We'll step aside real quick. We'll come back. You're watching the 2022 WVSSAC State Swim Meet here on Video Productions.
Here for you, Thornhill GM Superstore. Expect the best. Get even more with our new Thornhill Value Plus warranty. 10 years, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on most all vehicles. Get in on all the savings. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and ThornhillGMSuperstore.com.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Welcome back inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park. We just finished up our first event, the girls' 200-yard medley relay, where the Mohegans of Morgantown took the championship. Buckhannon Upshur in second place, and then George Washington in third.
And just so people are aware, I said this yesterday, so what happens is in the medal round and the consolation final, even if you are the person that wins the consolation final and you even get a state record or you beat the first place team, the highest you can finish in the consolation finals is 7th. And again, speaking with that, if you are 6th place, no matter if you swim a time that's so bad, you are still 6th place no matter what. So that's why yesterday was so important, because you want to be in the medal round, so that way if you're like a 6th place person, you don't have to worry about falling behind to 7th or anything like that.
So Morgantown with a 150.23 to win the 200-yard medley relay. followed by Buchanan Upshur, 151.40. George Washington, 152.41, followed by Bridgeport, Wheeling Park, and Hurricane. Huntington won the consolation.
And here I'm going to be updating the projected team standings as we go along. So give me a second, and I'll have that for everybody. But I sit here on my computer, and I'm literally updating them as we talk. So,
and again, you can follow James Miller and SwimWV. I believe it's at SwimWV on Twitter.
That's correct.
And then the website is swimwv.co. Do not put .com.
You won't get anywhere.
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
But it is swimwv.co.
I think I lost. I don't remember what happened. I think I lost the link somehow. I don't remember.
Next event coming up will be the girls' 200-yard freestyle.
All right.
Take a look at the lane assignments while we're waiting here. In lane 1 from Hurricane, sophomore Julia Baburski. Maddie Schaefer, freshman from George Washington, in lane 3. Lane 4, Amelia Romano from Bridgeport, a freshman. Junior Lily Reisenweber from Martinsburg. In lane 5, Victoria Anderson in lane 6 from Wheeling Park. She's a senior. And sophomore from Elkins in lane 7, Rachel Shryock.
I believe it's Shryock, but yes, she is. She actually was sick for most of January, so she's looking. It's spelled. Yeah, so it's spelled. It looks like it's that way, but it's Shryock, and she was actually sick for most of the regionals was the first time she got sort of better. So I look for her to get even a quicker swim today. And just look at how many freshmen and sophomores we've got in this heat. That's what you want to see in the consolations as a coach, because you start out this year as a consolation, then next year you get to be in the finals, hopefully.
So the 200-yard freestyle here in the consolation. We're underway.
All right, and George Washington's Maddie Schaefer's looking to carry this team a little bit and trying to win this heat, so that way it gets a little separation between George Washington and Morgantown.
Reisenweber out front in lane 5 from Martinsburg.
She's so long and fluid right now.
As she makes the turn, flip turn, back the other way.
And hopefully she can keep the lead.
Followed closely in lane 4 is Amelia Romano from Bridgeport.
Amelia Romano has the nice short dolphin kicks. I think that's the only thing that's separating Amelia Romano and Lily Reisenweber right now, is right off the turn. Amelia Romano, let's look at the turn. She gets the nice short, quick. Not that time. That's why Lily Reisenweber got there. You want the short, quick dolphins, not big dolphins off the turn.
So Romano edging ahead of Reisenweber. Romano with the touch first.
There it was. That was the short dolphins that I was talking about earlier, and that's why she now has a full body length ahead.
Romano.
And look at Maddie Schaefer and George Washington.
As she touches there. Still out in the lead in lane 4. Freshman from Bridgeport, Amelia Romano.
But now look at Baburski and Shryock. Shryock is kind of coming on a little bit. Now suddenly it's going to be a tight race here for second place in this consolation heat. They're just neck to neck here.
We come down to the end.
And here wants it more.
And it is going to be tight. It looked like lane 2.
It was Maddie Schaefer from George Washington. That's what they wanted. And then Baburski and Shryock. I told you Shryock just dropped 2 seconds.
Close at the end. So Take a look at the replay.
So look at that. Finishes first.
Romano.
And look at that nice reach from Schaefer. She just finishes it out just on the side.
Just edges her out.
And considering Schaefer came in seeded ninth, she just got George Washington 1 extra point higher than they were projected. So I'm sure Coach Wilcher over there, he'll be very excited about that.
So Amelia Romano wins the consolation, 201.34. Maddie Schaefer from George Washington, 204.99 in second place. As we have the Walk of Champions. I assume that's what they're calling it.
I think that's a great name for it if they're not calling it that.
Parade of Champions. There we go.
Parade Champions.
Did I just create that?
I think you just.
I don't know.
I like it.
Hey, you get in the pool and you swim that far and that fast, you're all champions to me.
Oh, absolutely. And they're all really friendly. That's one thing that I learned with my splash cast that I do, which I interview all the swimmers in West Virginia essentially. They all use each other to get better individually. So that's the whole point. I see this more here than I see in other sports.
So the lane assignments. Caitlin Ottman in lane 2 from Notre Dame, a senior from Fairmont Senior, Mia Abruzino. Caroline Riggs in lane 4 from Morgantown, Maddie Foster from Winfield in lane 5. Lane 6, Lauren Peters from Spring Valley. And Lillian Linchet from Morgantown, a sophomore in lane 7. Caroline Riggs, 151.53. We take a look at the order on your screen.
Caroline Riggs, she's looking for a 149.41. That'll set the state record.
Riggs in lane 4. The favorite.
And watch out for Maddie Foster. Maddie Foster has swam some times faster than Caroline Riggs this year, but mostly with her club team. So let's see if she can do it. She can do it here. Look, they're neck to neck on the turn.
Foster in lane 5, Riggs in lane 4.
Riggs just has that nice sideways reach. She uses her frame, and they're keeping up. Maddie Foster really. Sometimes when you're in second place, you really want to catch up to the first place person. Like being first place with the target on your back isn't always the easiest.
Riggs in lane 3, just ahead of Foster in lane 4. Or excuse me, lane 4 and 5. Riggs in lane 4, Foster in 5.
The stroke rate count on that one for Foster for that 25 was a little off. Hopefully that's not a sign of getting tired. The stroke rate, you want to make sure that you keep the same pace. Stroke rate rise.
Caroline Riggs looks good. Junior from Morgantown.
Maddie Foster's keeping it right there. I think if she could just turn up the stroke rate, which is just how fast you move your arms. That's just the fancy way of turning it. She can do it.
Riggs touches ahead of Foster.
Because Maddie Foster has a really awesome turn. She keeps the small dolphins. She keeps her body position lined like a pencil. That's what you're looking for. Caroline Riggs has a little bit of bigger dolphin, so maybe if she can do that nice turn, she might be able to do it.
Here we go. Can Foster reel her in? Foster in lane 5. Caroline Riggs in lane 4. Caroline Riggs looking strong though here at the end, and she will touch ahead and win the girls' 200-yard freestyle championship. A time of 151.21 for Riggs.
And let's look at this finish here. And just look at how long and sideways she goes. That was the difference. Just the length on her stroke was what was able to get her to finish over Maddie Foster. But Maddie Foster had a great swim. Great turns for Maddie Foster. Great reach and extension for Caroline Riggs. And Maddie Foster, she just dropped a second. So she did keep up. Caroline Riggs kept her time, but that's what you like to see. You just try to get as fast as you can, and if you fall up a little short, you fall up a little short. But it was a good swim by both of those ladies and all those ladies in that event.
Girls 200-yard IM coming up next. Again, Caroline Riggs, the winner of the 200-yard freestyle.
All right. And after the 200 medley relay, the standings did not change so far. So far, Morgantown and George Washington are still keeping that same distance apart.
So in the consolation, here in the 200-yard IM, Lane 2, Olivia Ridenauer, George Washington, Abby Hellman of Wheeling Park, Maddie Ross of Wheeling Park in Lane 4, Alexis Ramsey in Lane 5 from Fairmont Senior, Huntington's Lauren Lockwood in Lane 6, and Katie St. Jean from George Washington in Lane 7.
Alexis Ramsey, she's one of the 15 region record breakers that we had for the 200-yard IM. So she's hoping to carry that to a 7th place finish here today.
4, 5, and 6 lanes all tight.
And again, on the backstroke of the IM, you're looking to see, you're trying to get lengthy strokes, and you're trying to take as few strokes as possible because you don't want to tire yourself out for the last 100. And it looks like Lauren Lockwood.
Huntington's Lauren Lockwood in Lane 6.
Let's see if she can keep this up on her breaststroke.
She'll touch first, coming off the backstroke.
And so she was 4 seconds slower than the field on her breaststroke. Let's see if she found a way to keep it up, or if the field's going to catch up to her.
Lane 4, Maddie Ross of Wheeling Park in second, just barely, but they're catching Lockwood.
It's that nice quick count. Look at Lane 4. She has that nice long extension. Like she keeps it, and it's quick. And that's what's keeping her slightly ahead, but she's still keeping up. So now it comes down to who wants it more.
Maddie Ross edges ahead. Lane 4 as they touch. And into the freestyle segment of this 200-yard IM.
And then we got Alexis Ramsey coming on strong here. And she has what you're looking for in the Alexis Ramsey. She's on that nice little reach. She might be able to do this. It's all in that turn. Does she say streamline? She does. She gets a pretty good distance. Now she just got to keep that reach up.
Ramsey in 5.
Oh, but look at Olivia Ridenauer in Lane 2.
Maddie Ross would look at here in Lane 2. And like you said, Olivia Ridenauer coming on.
That's close. So look at this. At the end. Your length, and then look at she was complete like a half a arm's length away, and just that long reaching stroke at the end. That's what really got her to outtouch everybody.
Alexis Ramsey, 2:22.29.
Coach Wiltshire will be really excited about that. Come from behind.
So now we'll have the Parade of Champions.
That's right, the Parade of Champions.
As we take a look at the lane assignments here in the girls' 200-yard IM championship. Lane 2, Elena Whitehair of Buckhannon Upshur, a junior. In lane 3, Victoria Kidney, a junior from John Marshall. George Washington Jr., Maddie McLaughlin. In lane 4, lane 5, Delaney Householder, a sophomore from Morgantown, senior from Bridgeport, Mara Johnson in lane 6 and Cassidy Driver, a junior from Spring Mills, in lane 7.
Let's get it started in here.
Because it is hot. We do not believe in air conditioning in this building. Although, there's plenty of air conditioning outside, a little snow.
What was weird,
yesterday we woke up this morning.
Yesterday there was no air conditioning. It was completely warm.
Had a lot of rain here in the Morgantown, well, in the whole state of West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a big windstorm come through late last night. And this morning we woke up to temperatures down in the 20s.
Yeah, it was
and snow on the ground.
And my car door iced shut.
Yeah. Girls 200-yard IM finals. Again, Elena Whitehair in lane 2. Victoria Kidney in lane 3. Maddie McLaughlin lane 4. Delaney Householder in lane 5. Mara Johnson in lane 6. And Cassidy Driver in lane 7. Beautiful facility here at the Aquatic Center at Milan Park.
And here's,
they'll have the Big 12 Swimming and Diving Championships here next week.
And that's how we're able to start the meet on time, because it's tapered season.
And we're off here. 200-yard IM.
All right.
And right away, McLaughlin looks strong.
And look at that
in the
reach.
butterfly.
She took about 6 or 7 strokes on the. Let's see how many strokes she takes on the way back. It's 1, 2, 4.
McLaughlin out front.
9 strokes on the way back. And that's on the second part of the 50 when you're not, when you're a little bit more winded. So.
Yep. In the backstroke portion, McLaughlin in lane 4, still out front, but in lane 3, keeping it tight, is Victoria Kidney of John Marshall, the junior.
She's just so good at the backstroke. She has that nice length. Her body is compact. Smooth as butter.
McLaughlin touches ahead of Victoria Kidney into the breaststroke. Kidney staying right there with McLaughlin. In lane 5, Delaney Householder.
And what's really great about McLaughlin is that she's not only is she able to pull herself up and get into the streamlined position, she does that much better than the rest of the ladies. The rest of the ladies are almost close to it, but their head doesn't quite get into between their arms, and that's why she's able to get almost 2 body lengths distance.
McLaughlin extends that lead as she turns into the freestyle. George Washington's Maddie McLaughlin.
But Delaney Householder is doing what the coach at Morgantown wants her to do, keeping her place.
McLaughlin takes the turn. And she is looking strong.
Is she going to get her record?
2:04.73.
Not quite.
Second place, Delaney Householder, 2:08.43. And third, 2:11.18 is Victoria Kidney as we take a look at the replay finish in McLaughlin.
Like I said, look at just how long and how tight her body is there. Just a picture-perfect finish, just a picture-perfect freestyle look.
She powers for the title in the 200-yard IM. Next up, there'll be the 50-yard freestyle.
This is everyone's favorite race. You got
quick.
It's also everyone's, if you're a swimmer, it's kind of like your most stressful race because one mistake, and then it just, one mistake ruins the whole thing. It's got to be perfection.
Take a look at the lane assignments here in the consolation. Lane 2 from Capital, Brooklyn Carpenter, Kara Edstrom from George Washington. She's a junior. Lane 3. Lane 4, freshman from Philip Barber, McKenna Halfin. In lane 5, Veronica Mann, a senior from Brook. Senior from Notre Dame in lane 6, Abby Rentschler. And in lane 7, Madeline Miller, a freshman from John Marshall. McKenna Halpin, the freshman, 26-10. And we're in the water. 50 freestyle. Lane 4.
Well, Brooklyn Carpenter had a really good start. She got the distance.
It is tight. But it looks like in lane 4, Halpin,
yes.
edging ahead here at the end. And she will power into the wall.
But look at that race for second.
So Halpin, 25-78. Veronica Mann of Brook, 26-33 in second place. 26-41 in third place is Kara Edstrom from George Washington. Bring it on.
Bring it on, that's right.
Let's see how fast you are. Here in the girls 50 freestyle. The lane assignments. Lane 2, Cheyenne Rohde. I got it right that time?
That's right.
I'm learning.
That's right.
Senior from Bridgeport. In lane 2, Ashley Welcher. Junior from George Washington in lane 3. Lane 4, Cadence Vincent. Junior from Buchanan Upshur. Sophomore from Parkersburg South. In lane 5, Jordan Claypool. Fan club to the right of us. In lane 6, Arena Stinechu. I'll get it right. Senior from Morgantown and the senior from Musselman. In lane 7, Sadie Wright.
And
Stinescu. I apologize.
It's all right.
To mom and dad out there.
And Sadie Wright is going to Kent State for volleyball. So this is just a way to pass her time until she goes for volleyball.
Keep you in shape, I guess.
That's right. And by the way, after the 200-yard freestyle, Morgantown closed the gap by 1 point. So it's now just a 3-point projected lead for George Washington, not 4. So I'm going to keep track of that all day today.
That's why we brought you along. I don't know anybody in my life that knows about swimming like you do here in the state of West Virginia.
I still have no idea how this even happened to me.
And we're set to go here in the 50-yard freestyle. Again, Cadence Vincent, Buchanan Upshur. In lane 4, the favorite. But in lane 3, a quick start for Ashley Welcher.
And Cheyenne Rohde had a really good distance stroke. But Cadence Vincent's turn just.
Cadence Vincent with the turn out front. And she will claim the title here in 2022 in the 50-yard freestyle. 23-35. Ashley Welcher, George Washington in second. Third, 24-38 is Jordan Claypool of Parkersburg South. Her fan club to the right of us. I got to talk to them earlier.
That's right.
Rooting the Claypools on as we take a look.
And look at that strong finish and just the sideways. Again, you want to finish almost towards the side whenever you do the 50-yard freestyle. It's good finishes by those ladies.
We'll take a quick break. You're watching the 2022 WVSSAC State Swim Championships here on Video Productions.
The LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks and even discounts on fuel. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
At Tudor's Biscuit World, we use the freshest ingredients in our made-from-scratch biscuits. The Biscuit and Gravy Platter. Hot and fresh biscuits, made from scratch gravy. Now that's a meal, served all day long, and only available at Tudor's Biscuit World.
Geno's introduces the Big Cheese, our supersized pizza piled high with extra cheese for only $9.99. A blend of 3 different cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and provolone. Try Geno's Big Cheese Pizza for only $9.99.
Welcome back inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park, Morgantown, West Virginia for the 2022 WVSSAC Girls State Swim Championships. Jack Withler alongside Swim WV's James Miller. And James, you've got the updated team standings.
I do. All right, so I'm going to give you two things. I'm going to give you the standings as of the 50 free. All right, so as of the 50 free, we've got Morgantown currently at 82 points. In second place, we got George Washington with 69 points. Buchanan Upshur with 52, third place. Bridgeport with 50. And then in fifth place, we've got Wheeling Park with 28 points. And then because there was a DQ in the girls 200-yard IM with Lauren Lockwood of Huntington, who actually would have beat a couple of the George Washington girls, George Washington now is projected to be an 8-point winner of the meet as opposed to 4 or 5 that it was. But maybe if they win the meet by 3 or 4 points, that DQ probably could be huge as the day goes on.
This is a projection.
This is a projection.
This is a James Miller projection.
James Miller projection, yes.
All right, as they continue to give out the awards here through the 50-yard freestyle. Coming up next, they'll have the girls' 100-yard butterfly, followed by the 100-yard freestyle. And again, we remind you, later this afternoon, we'll have the boys in the pool for the boys' championship. That will get started around 4:45 this afternoon.
The boys, they were lots of fast times. Some of the fastest times I've seen in a long, long time. Some of the sacred records from like Tim Phillips in the 200-yard IM. Bruce Keener has a chance to actually break the 200-yard IM, and nobody, even when Tim Phillips said it, Tim Phillips is the swimmer from the swimmer from this area from Parkersburg that he ended up going to swim for the Ohio State University, and then he was just short of.
Which one?
The
okay.
Ohio State, not just regular Ohio State University, the Ohio State University. And the only reason why I know this is actually, I knew it before, but the other reason why I know this is that I happened to watch a swim coaching video with the Ohio State University coach, and Tim Phillips is actually one of the demonstrators for how to do the butterfly technique. So he was a super good butterflyer, but whenever he set that record in about 2008, 2009, I'm not looking at it, that was a time that's a record that we didn't think would be broken. And I think today Bruce Keener has a chance to really break that one. He's close. It's not a shoo-in. It's not a guarantee, but he has that. And also another record that nobody thought was broken was Tim Squires. And we'll talk more about Tim Squires and why that's special. But Tim Squires swam a 20.5 or 20.6. And today, yesterday, Owen Leary of Wheeling Park, he swam a 21.13. So he's within striking distance of another record that nobody thought would be broken, the 50-yard freestyle. So lots of good things to be happening here in the afternoon time.
So they continue to give out the awards here. We'll step aside once again, then we'll come back with the girls 100 butterfly here at the Aquatic Center at Milan Park on Video Productions.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Always here for you, Thornhill GM Superstore. Expect the best, get even more with our new Thornhill Value Plus warranty. 10 years, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on most all vehicles. Get in on all the savings. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and ThornhillGMSuperstore.com.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Welcome back inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park. Jack Whitler alongside James Miller. We are set to go after the awards. It's the girls' 100-yard butterfly in the consolation. In lane 2 from Bridgeport, Kyra Gazal, freshman. Aaliyah Ott in lane 3, senior from Parkersburg South. In lane 4, Emma Martin, a junior from George Washington. Morgan Reynolds in lane 5, a sophomore from George Washington. Jocelyn DeWeese in lane 6, a junior from Elkins. And in lane 7, senior from Wheeling Park, Rosalind Hill.
Now this is where, if you're George Washington, you got to make sure you hold 7th and 8th place here for the team title. This is one of the few places where George Washington has the potential to drop. So Morgantown is probably the biggest fans of Ott, DeWeese, Gazal, and Hill right now.
And we're underway here in the 100-yard butterfly. This looks like your stroke, James.
Oh, yes. Actually, I never swam this one.
Lane 4, out to the early lead. Emma Martin of George Washington, the junior. At a time of 102.99 yesterday. Continues to lead here in the consolation.
She's doing great. She's getting major out in front. I'm just worried she's going to get a little tired because on her turn, she's not quite as far as some of the other ones are getting. So hopefully she can keep up that momentum.
Aaliyah Ott in lane 3 in second, and coming up in lane 5 from George Washington, Morgan Reynolds.
And Aaliyah Ott just a nice little strong Dolphins. I think she's going to come on strong. And really it's how far you get off of the last turn. That's what really sets you up for the end. But this is going to be a close finish for second place in this heat.
Second and third is going to be close.
And it looks like Aaliyah Ott got it. Oh, no.
No, Morgan Reynolds.
Morgan Reynolds got it. Wow.
Touches Aaliyah Ott. That's 1-2 there in the consolation for George Washington High School.
I'm going to have to see this on a replay here.
So
we come on. So yes. So you got Morgan Reynolds right there. Now let's look at here. Ott. And so we're here, and then underwater. That's what's going to do it. Yeah, the underwater, because again, you want to touch the center of the pad. So that was a championship swim. That's how you preserve your number 1, number 2 status right there.
So the parade of champions here in the girls' 100-yard butterfly. The favorite in this event, the junior from Winfield, Maddie Foster, 57.18 qualifying time. As the lane assignments in lane 1 from Fairmont Senior, junior Alexis Ramsey. Cameron Zuliani, senior from Buchanan Upshur in lane 2, lane 4 lane 3 was Zuliani. Maddie Foster in lane 4, the junior from Winfield. Caitlin Blosser in lane 5, a senior from Morgantown. Sophomore from Hurricane, Julia Baburski. And in lane 7, the freshman from Bridgeport, Amelia Romano.
That looks like a hockey jersey over there. Do you see that the Bridgeport hockey jersey?
I'm all for that.
Hockey. I love that. Amelia Romano. She's going to be here for a few. I hope she keeps that hockey jersey on for the next few years. That was an amazing way to come out.
Just a freshman. Again, the favorite in this event, the 100-yard butterfly. Maddie Foster of Winfield, the junior, a 57.18 qualifying time. She will be in lane 4.
And watch out for Cameron Zuliani. So when Cameron Zuliani swam this earlier, she got a little tired on her last back half. So I feel like she has the potential to get closer to Maddie Foster than Caitlin Blosser does. I mean, both of them could, but Cameron Zuliani, she has about a 6-second gap between her 250s. Usually most people have a 2 or 3 second gap. So I feel like that's if she gets that 3 seconds, she's pretty close to where Maddie Foster is. So let's watch out for Cameron Zuliani in this event.
What are we, 5-6 events in, and you've yet to talk about the tech suits?
Oh, the tech suits.
We'll get to that here shortly after this race. As we've got the girls' 100-yard butterfly finals underway. Out front is lane 4, Maddie Foster of Winfield. She'll touch first. Making the turn.
Oh, look at that. That was a great turn by Maddie Foster there on the...
Comes up, extends her lead in the water.
And she gets that nice super reach out front. And again, this is Cameron Zuliani. Look at there. This is where she's got to really push it here.
Zuliani in lane 3, Buchanan Upshur, but in lane 5, you've got Caitlin Blouser from Morgantown making a move. But Maddie Foster looks strong. But here comes Morgantown in lane 5. Can she catch her? It does not look like it.
It does not, yes.
And Maddie Foster, Winfield, the junior, wins the 100-yard butterfly. 57-51. Second place, Caitlin Blouser with a 1 minute .10, and in third, 1:01.46 is Cameron Zuliani as we take a look at the replay.
And just look at the major reach, and she keeps her body line low. So some of the other girls, they're picking their head up pretty far, but the ones that did it the best, the ones that kept their body line, which is why Blosser was able to out-touch Zuliani there, is just keeping the head down and a little bit more than what Zuliani did. But Maddie Foster, that was a textbook butterfly.
I talked about and mentioned the tech suits that these swimmers wear. Can you explain that?
I absolutely can. So what happens with these is they make you extra buoyant. They're a little bit snug. They keep you in streamline. They're really expensive. They're like $200 or $300. You can only wear them about 5 or 6 times, and then you got to get a new one because as soon as they stretch, they lose their effectiveness. But really what you do is you put that on for a state meet or a big meet that you're really hoping to drop time in. And so that's why a lot of people do it. And some people play games. Some people will only wear it for states the second day. Some people will wear it regionals, prelims, finals. It just depends. It just kind of play games. But really what it all boils down to, it's not really the suit that does it. It's a different feel in the water. So you're kind of tricking your mind to be like, okay, I'm going to feel different. And in your head, in your brain, it's that feel different is I'm going to be swimming faster. And that's what the tech suit does. It's a different feel. It's super tighter than a regular suit. You get your cool favorite color. But it's more of a feel as opposed to necessarily the suit does its work. I mean, the suit will keep you in streamline, but it's more of a feel kind of thing.
Well, if I want to feel tighter in a suit, I'll just hit the buffet 3 times instead of 2. It'd be a lot cheaper than $300.
It is
at the buffet.
Well, and I told my
and I'll be buoyant.
You absolutely would.
With that, coming up, the girls' 500-yard freestyle. As we take a look at the lane assignments in Heat 1, the consolation in lane 1, Lily Blake, junior from George Washington. In lane 2, Ashlyn Bennington from Fairmont Senior. Lane 4, Veronica Mann, the senior from Brook. Senior from Wheeling Park in lane 5, Victoria Anderson. In lane 6, Katarina Smith, a junior from Cabell Midland. And a senior from Robert Seabird in lane 7, Annalise Gentilozzi.
And I think you're one event ahead.
Oh,
you just want to get this meet faster. We're actually I think we're on the 100-yard freestyle.
You know you're correct. I'm just preparing the fans for later on.
That's right.
So
there we go.
Coming up after the girls' 100-yard freestyle, we'll have the 500-yard, which is not my event, the 500.
That was my event. I love that event.
Wow, dude. That is a long way to swim. The girls' 100-yard freestyle now. I'll get it right. Ella McCullough, sophomore from Brook in lane 2. Mia Walco from George Washington, senior in lane 3. In lane 4, Cameron Zuliani, senior from Buchanan Upshur. In lane 5, the junior from Wheeling Park, Maddie Ross. In lane 6, Rachel Chirac, yeah. Sophomore from Elkins, and Abigail Voss in lane 7, the freshman from Spring Mills, here in the 100-yard freestyle consolation.
And you're probably wondering, why is there a break right now? Why aren't we taking our time? And that's
give somebody a rest.
We do have to give somebody a rest. So as a coach, sometimes you do this by an accident. But in this particular case, Cameron Zuliani, she chose to be in the 100-yard butterfly and the 100-yard freestyle. The thinking was that at the beginning of the year we were going to do a combined boys-girls final. And so she was like, well, surely I'll have another heat to get ready for it. But unfortunately she did not. So she literally just swam.
And then sat down on that chair as much as she could.
And now she's going to be swimming again.
Flip off the Crocs. Let's go.
That's right.
Zuliani in lane 4. Senior from Buckhannon Upshur up on the blocks. Here in heat number 1, the consolation of the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Zuliani starts out front.
I still don't know how you do this. How you
But now in lane 5 is Maddie Ross, a Wheeling Park, the junior. And look down in lane 3 is coming on. Mia Wacko from George Washington.
And this is what they want. If you're George Washington, you take advantage of the fact that Cameron Zuliani had to swim that. Look at that.
Wacko.
She's seizing the moment here. Can she seize it on the turn? She got a little close to the wall, which...
Wacko still in the lead in lane 3, but coming on in lane 5 and 6.
Well, this is
Ross and Chirac.
This is a tight race. Looks like it's going to be a tight race for second.
Wacko finishes first in the consolation, the senior from George Washington, 57-36.
And that finish, and as you can see, that's why if you look at Cameron Zuliani, you notice that she gained 3 seconds. It wasn't just because she got slower. It was she just literally swam back to back. Let's look at the finish here. Like I said, we get a nice strong finish. And look at lane 4 and 5. Lane 4, if she would have just, lane 4 would have had it if she would have just, or lane 5 would have had it if she would have just finished on her side as opposed to kind of finishing on her stomach.
So coming up next is the final heat for the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Elena Simons, the junior from Hurricane High School, Jamie Meadows. Lane number 3, Irina Sinescu, senior from Morgantown. Jordan Claypool in lane 4, sophomore, Parkersburg South. In lane 5, junior from George Washington, Ashley Welcher. Caitlin Altman, a senior from Notre Dame in lane 6. And lane 7, Sadie Wright, senior from Musselman. The 100-yard freestyle. Jordan Claypool, 53-44, is in lane 4. Claypool from Parkersburg South.
And she's definitely the clear favorite here. She sometimes swims the other strokes, but I guess she was feeling the 100-yard freestyle this event. She usually swims the 100-yard backstroke as well. So, but.
You are correct. All the different types of tech suits.
Oh, they've evolved. They used to just be a good old solid black, and now we've got like dots and all sorts of things.
I got to figure out what tech suit I want, what collar. Here we go. Girls 100-yard freestyle for the championship. And a big start in lane 5. That is Ashley Welcher of George Washington, the junior.
And she describes herself as a chaser. So she's going to be chasing down Jordan Claypool this whole race. And so far, so good. She's keeping it up. Can she take the chase
Welcher
to
and
the
Claypool
win?
Tight.
Oh, look at And it was on that turn.
Wilcher still holding off Claypool.
This would be the big upset if she could pull this one off. And it's on this turn. Can she keep that good streamline? Who's going to do this one?
The turn. They come up. It's Welcher edging ahead of Claypool. Ashley Welcher, the junior from George Washington. Can she hold off Claypool at the end? She does. She claims the 2022 Girls 100-Yard Freestyle Championship. And you can tell how happy she is in the water.
Let's look at this finish. This is an amazing finish. She just holds on again. She's used to being chased. Jordan, look at that. Look at like the long strokes. Had this been a 55, I think Jordan Claypool would have gotten it. But because it's only a 50-yard freestyle, she got it. But man, she's been wanting that. Yesterday, whenever she didn't have a good meet, her dad's the coach, and so he tried to console her and tell her how to be better, and she just had a rough meet, and so that was a good vindication for her. And I believe what was her time there? I think that's like a 2-second drop, I believe.
Ashley Welcher claims the 100-yard freestyle championship, and now the 500-yard freestyle. I've been waiting on this one.
I know,
couldn't wait to get to this.
I know, that's what it was.
Distance swimming, right up my alley.
That's right.
Lane number 1 in heat number 1, the consolation, Lily Blake, junior from George Washington. Lane 2, the junior from Fairmont Senior, Ashlyn Bennington. Excuse me, that's lane 2 and 3. Lane 4, Veronica Mann, senior from Brook. Lane 5, Victoria Anderson, senior from Wheeling Park. In lane 6, Katarina Smith, junior from Campbell Midland. And in lane 7, Annalise Gentilozzi, the senior from Robert C. Byrd. 500 yards of swimming, the freestyle.
That's right. You need a counter to make sure that you that you do it right.
This is the greatest 5.5 minutes of your life right here.
That's right. And you get a bell to remind you that it's over.
And the numbers at the end.
That's right.
They tell you what lap you're on. Pretty even across the water. As you can imagine, all the swimmers just kind of easing their way into this 500 yards.
And they start pushing it at about whenever you see about 7 or 9, that's when they start to push it. Because again, it's everyone has the common misconception about the 500 that you need to be slow, and that's not really what it is. It's really like a mid-distance event. So even though it's the longest event that we do.
Wait. You're telling me they've got more events longer than the 500?
They have a mile. I'll tell the WBSSAC we should have the mile for high school swimming, and maybe you will be so excited to call it.
I'm actually excited about this.
This is good. I mean,
this takes a certain type of individual to swim this distance.
Well, and
like mental. You've got to be mentally into this.
You got to be mentally into it, and you also have to be fundamentally sound. You have 19 turns to do. So this isn't like
just 19.
Just
okay.
19 turns, because the 20th lap is, you finished it. Just 19 turns. So it's easy to get one streamline. It's easy to get one turn right. It's easy to get 2 turns right. Can you get all 19 right? Can you kick whenever you're really tired? Because it's easy to kick whenever you first get in the water. That's perfectly easy. And so far, Veronica Mann is she's doing pretty good.
Senior from Brook High School out front in lane 4. Turned in a time yesterday of 5:33.51.
But Victoria Anderson's right beside her. And then if you talk to some 500 people, another key is you have to find the perfect stroke count that you have. So a lot of times what a 500 swimmer will do is they'll think of a song in their head. So you have to be able to sing a chorus of a song over and over and over again. And you got to hope that the chorus of the song that you're singing in your head is the right stroke count. Because again, it's so easy to lose your stroke count. So the power of music while you're swimming the 500 is how some of these people do it.
Victoria Mann, coming up on her, is in lane 5 from Wheeling Park, Victoria Anderson. So they are stroke for stroke right now.
And for Victoria Anderson, she's got to make sure that she kicks here. She's starting to lose it, and that's partly because she's trying so hard to keep up with the winner here. She's got to really turn. Well, look, it's like I broadcasted it. It's
good push off the wall there.
It was a great push. She's got to keep that kick up because she can do it. She
is slightly ahead. This is Victoria Anderson from Wheeling Park in lane 5. Just edging out Victoria Mann in lane 4 as they pull away from the field just a bit. But in lane 6, Katarina Smith, Campbell Midland, trying to keep it close. Ashlyn Bennington, a Fairmont senior, in 4th place.
And
Anderson still leading. Coming in on turn number 15.
That's right. And what Victoria Anderson is doing right now, watch when she goes to the wall. She doesn't lift her head. She keeps it steady. And that's what has able to get her on some of the turns. And she keeps her streamline until she's ready to do the stroke. And that's what's getting her the body length distance. It's not necessarily that Veronica Mann's not doing it. It's just that she's not holding on to it long enough.
Anderson extends the lead just a bit in front of Mann.
And it's tough. I mean, this is where you're gutting it out. And that just
two more turns. Just two more.
Just two more.
Victoria Anderson, senior from Wheeling Park in lane 5, leads, and hear the bell.
But now look at Veronica Mann. Her stroke count is picking up.
Yep, you can see it.
While Victoria Anderson is slowing down a little bit. So let's see if we can pull it off. But again,
Tell you what, though, Anderson's kick, she is looking smooth, though.
She is looking smooth. So she's keeping it nice and distance and long. But Veronica Mann, she didn't quite be able to keep up that powerful stroke count. And then here we go. We're going to kick to the end.
So Victoria Anderson, the senior from Wheeling Park.
But let's
take the heat.
Let's look at this race between Cabell Midland and Ashlyn Bennington.
Bennington and Cabell Midland's Katarina Smith.
Bennington's coming on strong.
Oh, Smith will get her. And then Bennington.
Just like before, if it was a 505-yard freestyle, I believe Bennington would have gotten it. She was over outstretching it, but she did make up quite a big distance on that. So that was a good swim at the end there.
5:31.14 for Wheeling Park's Victoria Anderson. And now the Parade of Champions coming up.
And so let's look
at that replay first.
Yeah, look at how stretched out Bennington was. I mean, Katarina Smith, kind of lucky to finish that one out because she was definitely slowing down a little bit, but she was able to just hold out just enough to be able to pull that off.
For the finals heat here in the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Lane 2, Lauren Peters of Spring Valley, senior. In lane 3, Mia Abruzzino, from Fairmont Senior. Maddie McLaughlin, the junior from George Washington in lane 4. In lane 5, Delaney Householder, a sophomore from Morgantown. In lane 6, the senior from Morgantown, Caitlin Blosser. And in lane 7, the sophomore from Morgantown, also Lillian Lynchet. McLaughlin, is there any event that she can't swim?
I know
You just say no. She can swim it all.
That's
all you say.
No, I mean she can pretty much swim them all. You're absolutely right. And part of it is look at the frame. Like,
yeah,
a lot of it's technique, a lot of it's the work, a lot of it's her mother as a club team coach. All that works in her favor. And then you add the fact that she's tall. It's almost not fair.
McLaughlin is the favorite here in the 500. 500-yard freestyle. Turned in a time of the only sub 5 minute yesterday, 4:59.52.
And I believe, without looking, that the sub 5 minute would have put her. I'm going to look and see what place she would finish on the guys' end.
Oh, now we're getting real.
Are you ready?
So McLaughlin in lane 4, the favorite.
McLaughlin would have finished third place.
There you go. In the water, the 500. And right away, McLaughlin out front. Lane 2, Lauren Peters of Spring Valley. Also a nice start. But in this 500, it's not always the start.
No, it's not.
The finish.
Well, and you have a lot of people that are chasers in this one. They kind of like play a little bit of possum at the beginning, where they don't take it slow, but they just, they don't go full, and then they just gradually kick it on. But look at Lauren Peters from Spring Valley.
Yep, still holding strong in lane 2.
And sometimes you worry, is she just gonna tire out? Because sometimes the state meet it gets you to go faster, but sometimes you take it out so fast. And I've done this before in the 500. I have just rolled out of the start, and then by 2:75, I am dead.
It's like that time in junior high when they told me to run the 800. I ran the first one like a 400. I was in first place. I think I walked to the finish line.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything in the tank for the last 400. McLaughlin, plenty in her tank right now as she leads by several lengths in lane 4. The junior from George Washington. And in lane 5 in second place right now, Delaney Householder, sophomore from Morgantown High School. The Mohegans with 3 swimmers in this finals event.
Well, that was their strategy coming in. The strategy for George Washington coming in was we're going to load up the 200 IM. The Morgantown strategy was we're going to load up the 500-yard freestyle. And it's, as a coach, sometimes you try to pick the event that okay, well, we've got really strong people in here, so we were going to load up this event so that way we get tons of points here. And then so it's a nice little cat and mouse game that both Coach Householder of Morgantown and Coach Wiltshire of George Washington were playing.
So McLaughlin, turn number 9, in control of this one.
And what I love,
second place is Householder. And I tell you what, Spring Valley, Lauren Peters
still going strong.
Yep, in third currently in lane 2. Followed up by lane 6, Caitlin Blouser of Morgantown. And lane 3 from Fairmont Senior, Mia Abruzino.
And what I love about McLaughlin, as opposed to what the other girls are doing here, McLaughlin takes about 12 strokes. She took 12 strokes. The other girls, I'm noticing we have some with 15, some with like 17. I mean, that's the key to the success is just the length per stroke that you're going for. So if you want to look, to see who's really cruising, you count the strokes, because if they're taking 24 strokes, there's a limit to how much your arms can do. So you want to take as long distance as possible, so that way you preserve your arm strength, and that's what McLaughlin does.
Maddie McLaughlin, George Washington High School junior, way out front in this 500-yard freestyle.
It looks like Delaney Householder is right behind. And then there's a tight race for third over here.
Yep, right now in lane 6, you've got Caitlin Blouser of Morgantown in third, just ahead of lanes 2 and 3.
And it's really going to be the turn, which, as people remember last year, this is what I stress all the time, and coaches stress it in practice. But it's how quick can you get off the wall? But in addition to how quick you get off the wall, are you doing short dolphins? Because some people will get the speed off the wall, and that's great. Some people will get the speed off the wall and then take these gigantic kicks, and they'll go nowhere. It's almost like they're making waves. So the goal is you want your dolphin so small that it just propels you forward. You don't want the big fins here.
You hear the bell. One more turn for McLaughlin.
And she's looking out for her state records of 4:56.83.
Yesterday she swam a 4:59.52. She makes the final turn.
And if she swims a 4:54, she would be the the first place swimmer on the guys' side.
As McLaughlin comes in, she'll ease into the victory. 4:58.22 for Maddie McLaughlin of George Washington High School as she claims the crown in the 500-yard freestyle. Second place coming in is Delaney Householder of Morgantown. In a tight race here for third. Fairmont Senior coming on.
Oh, Abrazino.
In lane 3. Abrazino with the big, strong finish. And she got it.
She did.
Just ahead of Caitlin Blauser, Morgantown.
It was very close.
Told you this was an exciting race.
It was. I got you convinced. Last year you weren't as convinced. So here we go. Here's Abrazino. She sees it. She came out strong. And if we would have taken a faster seat, what Abrazino did, as opposed to lane 6 did, is that she kept her stroke pace. Her stroke pace got faster towards the end, where the other ones they saw towards the end and they got a little bit slower. And that's how she was able to do that. Let's look at Abrazino. Like, she came in strong, and then her stroke pace was quicker.
Kinda slowed down.
Yeah, slowed down. Right. Yes.
So Maddie McLaughlin again wins the 500.
Actually, this is where it is. So look, so she's slow here, and then she's even a little bit faster. In lane 6, she really slowed it down.
Yep. Next event coming up, girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat number 1 in the consolation will be in lane 2, Morgantown. In lane 3, Spring Valley. Lane 4 will be Brook Philip Barber in lane 5. Lane 6, Elkins High School. And lane 7 will be Winfield.
All right. And here shortly, I'll have some updated projected standings and total standings for everybody.
Come on, James. I'm waiting.
I know.
Let's go.
You sound like everybody.
I mean, you had 2 500-yard races here to get that thing gathered up. You need a calculator?
Luckily, this is an Excel spreadsheet, so I don't actually have to do any math.
Earlier said George Washington projected to win by 7 points, I believe.
They came in projected to win by 3.
And they extended that.
They extended it to 8, and then I'm going to see what they're going to be here very shortly.
Again, we're inside the Aquatic Center here at Milan Park, Morgantown, West Virginia. Beautiful facility. Just a few years old. Coming up in about a week, they'll have the Big 12 Swimming and Diving Championships right here in the Aquatic Center. You can watch that on ESPN+.
Okay, looks like after the 100-yard freestyle, George Washington narrowed it down or Morgantown narrowed it down. Oh, no, they didn't narrow it down. They extended the lead. It is now George Washington projected to win by 14 points now.
Oh.
And that was because Ashley Wilcher, she came in, I think she came in seated second, and so she got 3 extra points because, again, first place gets 16, second place gets 13. And so she gained the 3 points there, and that really just helped out.
You're talking about the 100-yard freestyle when Welcher out-touched Claypool for the title. Again, this is the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Lane 2, Morgantown. Lane 3, Spring Valley. Lane 4, Brook. Philip Barber in lane 5. Elkins in lane 6. And Winfield in lane 7.
Again, we have to give, imagine, I think we talked about this last time. Imagine swimming the 500. You just did that big distance. And now you got to go hop in and you got to swim a short race. You got to change your mindset, and then you got to change like what you do.
So I would assume one of the swimmers just swam the 500, so they've got to give her time in between races, and that's why we've got the delay here.
It gives me plenty of time. Now I'm going to up. Ooh, maybe not.
First leg up on the block. Brooke in lane 4, the favorite here in this heat number 1. Haley Schaefer. First off for Brooke High School.
All right.
Early lead in lane 5. Philip Barber. Magnolia Shiflett, the sophomore. Out in front in lane 5.
Again, the smooth frame, and
she looks good out front.
She does. And now it's up to the rest of the relay to hold on to that.
Ella McCullough, in the water for Brooke High School. They keep the lead.
And now it's a tight race for second here.
Excuse me, that's lane 5 in the lead. Pardon me, Philip Barber. Totally messed that up. Thanks for having my back, James.
I'll try. But Brooke's coming on strong, so.
Yep. So Philip Barber in lane 5 in the water first. But Brooke right there.
This is the one. This was the leg that hurt Philip Barber earlier. This is the why Philip Barber was seated right behind Brooke. And it looks like Philip Barber. It looks like, I believe, is this Lila Horvath?
Yep.
No, Rihanna Davies from Philip Barber.
But Brooke edges ahead.
And then it's going to be a tight race.
Brooke in the water first. The final leg of this 200-yard freestyle relay here in heat number 1.
And this was like the race for the consolation 50 free earlier today with Halfman versus Mann. Let's see who wins it. Let's win it there. And
Mann out front.
Halfman probably wants that turn back. Didn't streamline.
Veronica Mann of Brooke High School will out-touch Philip Barber's McKenna Halfman. 150.48 for Brooke.
All right, here we go. And let's look at this finish. And Halvin almost did it, but almost with her looping stroke, but just wasn't enough to get there. And let's look at this race for a second. Lane 6 was just picture perfect on the side there.
A little Nirvana action here tonight. Or today, this morning. I don't even know what day it is.
I believe it's Friday.
It's Friday. But, like I said, a little Nirvana.
That's right.
I like it.
Smells like Teen Spirit in here.
The final heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Favorite in this one is Buchanan Upshur. They'll be in lane 4. Elena Whitehair will start it off, followed by Riley Vincent, Cameron Giuliani, and the final leg will be Cadence Vincent. But in lane 2 will be Huntington, lane 3, Fairmont Senior, lane 4 again, Buchanan Upshur, lane 5, George Washington, lane 6, John Marshall, and in lane 7, Spring Mills. Buchanan Upshur. Yesterday, a 141.73 to set the pace here for today's finals.
And they really would like a 139 today.
What is the state record here?
139.84. And I believe the state record, it was set by It was set in 2020 by Parkersburg.
So again, the lane assignments in lane 2, Huntington Fairmont Senior in lane 3, Buchanan Upshur, the favorite in lane 4, followed by George Washington in lane 5, John Marshall in lane 6, and Spring Mills in lane 7.
All right.
Elena Whitehair will start things off for Buchanan Upshur. And we're away.
Here we go.
200-yard freestyle relay.
And again, you want to try to put your swimmer in front, and that's what they did at Buchanan Upshur, and that's why we have like a slight little lead here.
Whitehair, first to touch on the first turn. Maintains the lead in lane 4, just ahead of lane 5.
We're probably going to need
George Washington.
Probably going to need a little bit more.
But George Washington right even now with Buchanan Upshur, maybe edging ahead. Katie St. Jean, the junior, comes out strong on the turn. St. Jean comes up. She's got the lead for George Washington in lane 5.
This would be huge. This will be crushing for Morgantown if they pull this off.
George Washington, lane 5 with the lead. In the water. Leg number 3, Kara Edstrom. Now just barely ahead of Buchanan Upshur's Cameron Zuliani.
Well, and what you're going to need about a 4-second lead because Cadence Vincent's coming up.
Zuliani edging ahead, up even with Edstrom from George Washington. Now just ahead, it's Buchanan Upshur's Zuliani. And into the water, Vincent. And here she goes. Cadence Vincent.
And just look at the speed and
the
length.
Power here of Cadence Vincent of Buchanan Upshur just pulls away.
Just blows right through that one.
And Buchanan Upshur wins the state title in the 200-yard freestyle relay. George Washington comes in second, followed by Fairmont Senior. Like you said, George Washington needed about a 4-second lead. they did not have it.
No, they did not. Look at that, just length. Just using her body length. And George Washington, to the credit, Libby Ridenauer, to her credit, is trying to do the same thing, but just couldn't quite do it. This is why Cadence Vincent is going to the University of Auburn. Alabama, sorry.
Woo. Uh-oh. Woo. Woo. Fighting words right there.
Woo. Don't tell Nick Saban or anybody else. Woo.
You know, I spent the night last night in Nick Saban land.
Did you really?
Yeah, Marion County.
That's right. I forgot he's a West Virginia guy.
Yeah. Next event will be the girls' 100-yard backstroke. And do we have a break in the action?
Looks like we do. Looks like we're going to do some awards here shortly.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back. You're watching the 2022 WVSSAC State Swim Championships live here on Video Productions.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Emma Martin in lane 4 with George Washington. Philip Barber's Magnolia Shiflett in lane 5. Lane 6, Lily Riesenweber from Martinsburg and Wheeling Central's Smiley Humpy.
I don't know how to say that name. I messed it up yesterday. I apologize to that young lady.
Lane number 4 out front. That is Emma Martin of George Washington. She's a junior. Set the pace of 104.76 yesterday. Continues to lead here in heat number 1 of the girls' 100-yard backstroke.
Oh, man.
Martin continues to lead.
That's
and she'll power into the wall with the victory. And in lane number 5 is Magnolia Shiflett of Philip Barber.
And let's look at this. Let's look at this replay here. Let's look at this. So what people don't see what the backstroke is, look at like how they finish. They'll do this like big leap, almost like they're going upside down. Look, wee, leap, and as long as the feet is in the air, it's legal. That was a nice little backstroke finish there.
Your feet have to be up out of the water.
You have to have at least one thing. You cannot be completely submerged whenever you do your backstroke. So you have to have at least a toe out.
I got you. Tell you what, they need to crank the music up.
I know. Or you're going to have to start singing.
And you do not want that. Yeah, they got to crank this music up. The girls' 100-yard backstroke, the final. In lane 2 from Huntington, a sophomore, Lauren Lockwood. In lane 3, Cheyenne Rohde, the senior from Bridgeport. Buchanan Upsher's junior, Cadence Vincent in lane 4. In lane 5, junior from John Marshall, Victoria Kidney. In lane 6, Jamie Meadows, she's a junior from Hurricane. And in lane 7, senior from George Washington High School, Mia Walko. Favorite in this one, Buchanan Upsher's Cadence Vincent, 56.70. Almost 3 seconds ahead of qualifying time of Victoria Kidney.
And it's sometimes tough because if you're like Victoria Kidney and like you have to swim against Cadence Vincent like for all of these years, you finish second place a lot, but really you're pretty good yourself.
You got a meet record for this event?
Oh, meet record for this event, 55:01. And the 55:01, it was set in 2014 by Buchanan Upsher. So if Cadence Vincent breaks it today, she'll break Maggie Miller.
Again, Vincent in lane 4. Lane 5, Victoria Kidney.
And I just love the backstroke dive because, again, the goal is to reach the ceiling as much as you can and then dive under.
Vincent finally comes up out of the water about halfway down the pool as she makes the turn in first.
Let's see if she can do that off her turn. Like, look, that's what's separating her from the pack. She gets about halfway through.
Vincent continues to lead by a half a length.
Well, Cheyenne Rohde and
Victoria Kidney in lane 5. Rohde in 3.
And Cheyenne Rohde, she was the one that's wearing the hockey jersey. Maybe she'll take some of that hockey mentality and put it in the backstroke.
Vincent in first.
And second place is going to come. Who's going to get further off the backstroke turn? And that's
Kidney in second place.
And that's what separated Kidney from Rohde, is that Kidney was able to get the nice tight streamline underwater.
Caden Vincent, 56-55, takes the championship here in the girls' 100-yard backstroke.
All right, let's look at the finish. Look at just the reach and extension from Cadence Vincent. Like, it's just always there. And again, that magic dive where you dive down. She dives down, and so did Rhodey.
So Caden Vincent wins the 100-yard backstroke.
And Lauren Lockwood will be excited because she did DQ earlier today in the IM, so she will get her medal today. But I don't really remember what the rule is, but I don't think if you DQ, I don't think you get a medal. I think your place doesn't exist. It's just you DQ. I think that's what happens. I'm not entirely sure. But I think that's what the rule is.
Get on the Google machine and find out. Anyway, the girls' 100-yard breaststroke up next here in Heat 1. Katie St. Jean, George Washington in lane 2, Lily Banford in lane 3 from Huntington. Junior from Spring Mills, Cassidy Driver in lane 4, Audrey Smith in lane 5 from Fairmont Senior, Bridgeport's Lily Madden in lane 6, and the senior from Elkins High School, Isabel Judy in lane 7.
And Cassie Driver is in this heat by 0.05 of a second yesterday. So it's 0.05 of a second separated her from 6th and 7th. So let's see if she can take out that frustration of not being in the medal rounds here today.
Lane 4, Driver. Out front.
And she's got to watch. So it looks like the two behind Driver, they're keeping the pace up. They're also look at lane 3. Lane 3.
Lily Banford.
Lily Banford. What separated her turn from Cassidy Driver's turn is that Cassidy Driver, she took her head up before the streamline, and when you pop up like that, it doesn't go. So let's see if she does it. So she does it again. So Cassidy Driver will turn. She'll get the streamline that you want. She'll get the dolphin, but instead of the first move being to put the arms out and going up separately, she just puts her heads up first, and that's what's keeping the other girls in it.
Driver ahead in lane 5, Audrey Smith from Fairmont Senior, just ahead of Banford, and she'll touch for second. So Cassidy Driver, followed by Audrey Smith, Lily Banford in third from Huntington. That time Banford lost her swim cap midway through the race. As you see in the replay, she doesn't have it on anymore.
But look at Cassidy Driver. She's completely flat, though, so her stroke is nice and flat, and that's why she's able to finish ahead. The Fairmont Senior girl, she kind of popped up a little bit, and that kind of kept her not as the pencil that you want to be in whenever you swim the breaststroke.
So the parade of champions for this 100-yard breaststroke. And one of my favorite swimmers, Caroline Riggs from Morgantown.
I thought you were going to say one of your favorite singers.
Nope. I'm going to pass on this one. Give me Nirvana.
Yes.
But I assume Riggs picked this song out, Dave.
She absolutely did. And I've been really bad, and I do apologize, but I thought I was going to be able to mention all of the record breakers, but Mara Johnson is the Region 3 breaststroke record breaker, and she's seated second in this event.
So the lane assignments here for the 100-yard breaststroke final. Sophomore from George Washington, Olivia Ridenauer in lane 2. Sophomore from Wheeling Park in lane 3, Abby Hellman. The junior from Morgantown High School, Caroline Riggs in lane 4. Mara Johnson from Bridgeport, the senior in lane 5, Abby Rettle. Junior from Wheeling Central in lane 6 and in lane 7. Buchanan Upshur's junior, Elena Whitehair. Caroline Riggs turned in a 104.57, almost 6 seconds ahead of Bridgeport's Mara Johnson, 110.08.
And the 104.36 is the record, so she's only about 0.2 of away, and it was set by Jenna Bopp of Wheeling Park.
You say 104.36?
104.36, that's what we're going for.
Wheeling Central fans sitting directly beside me here.
I wonder who they're
on Abby Reddle. So here we go. The 100-yard breaststroke. The record to break, 104.36. And a good chance to break it is Morgantown's Caroline Riggs. She is out front to start things off.
Well, it's a good start. She took 6 strokes. So that's a good start. That's pretty efficient. So if she can keep her good stroke rate at about 8.
Riggs followed by Bridgeport's Mara Johnson in lane 5, but in lane 6 coming on is Abby Riddle of Wheeling Central.
It must be the rooting section over here.
Caroline Riggs looking good here. She extends her lead in lane 4. Riggs touches. And here we go. Can she do it? Can she break the record?
She's getting really close. I wish we had that Olympic line, but I think
next year. Riggs, let's go.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Caroline Riggs.
Oh, no.
Just misses
it. I feel like if she was swimming at nighttime, we would get that, but
104.98 for Caroline Riggs. She claims the 100-yard breaststroke championship. Take a look at the replay here at the finish. And
just look at the length that she gets per stroke. She almost gets a full body length per stroke. Like not only being there, textbook, that's what you do. And then there's Mara Johnson. She's actually going to college to play golf and swimming. So, and I apologize, Mara. You told me what college it was, and I forgot. But I do know you're playing golf and swimming at the same time, so that's pretty cool.
So again, Caroline Riggs, the Morgantown High School, claims the 100-yard breaststroke. And next up is the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. This is the one I've been waiting on.
That's right. This is the one.
You know why? Because after this one, we go eat lunch.
That's right. And there's lots of good places to eat here in Morgantown. So. And it has like the world's biggest Chick-fil-A.
We had Chick-fil-A here last year. A funny story, our producer Butch Mounts ordered us, everybody, fries. Well, he got back here, said he didn't have the fries, but he did have the fries. And then he dropped all the fries in the parking lot. So we went from not having fries to having fries to not having fries. It was a disappointing lunch. Take a look at the heat number 1. Here in the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. Lane number 2 will be Parkersburg. Lane number 3, Philip Barber. In lane number 4, John Marshall. He swam a 4:07.72 yesterday. Lane number 5 will be Elkins. Lane 6, Campbell Midland. And in lane 7 will be Spring Mills. And John Marshall, the favorite in this heat.
Victoria Kidney? No.
Yep.
Victoria Kidney.
Final leg.
Oh, I do apologize. I promised this person today that I would mention it out. But Caitlin Cochran of John Marshall today, it is her birthday.
Today's her birthday.
Today is her birthday. She had a nice pink crown as I was walking on talking to the coaches before. She had a nice little pink happy birthday crown on. So
she'll be in leg number 3 for John Marshall.
That's right. So we got to make sure that, as she's saying, look, she even has her pink happy birthday crown on right now.
She does. You can see it in the top half of your screen. The pink crown for her birthday. Cool thing about swimming, you can just wear about whatever you want to out there onto the swim deck.
Yeah, you got hockey jerseys, swim things. I can't wait for the guys. The guys have some pretty awesome fashion choices that you're going to love later.
I'd roll out in a big robe.
Again, I can't wait for you to see the guys later. It's not quite a robe, but it's pretty close. So
we call it a scepter. Yeah.
Yes.
Just strut out there on the swim deck.
That's right. And here I'm about ready to update you with the final projections, because they're not projections anymore after this race. They're the actual standings. So, all right.
See how good you are. Anyway, run down to the lane assignments once again here in heat number 1. Parkersburg in lane 2, Philip Barber in lane 3, John Marshall in 4, Elkins High School in lane 5, Cattle Midland in lane 6, and Spring Mount Mills in lane 7. Again, we've got a short little break here. We've got some swimmers that just swam that last event, so they have to give them some rest in between races.
I believe it's 5 minutes, so it gives me 5 minutes to get the last projections done.
And I believe, I know Isabel Judy of Elkins swam in that last event. Again, the boys' championships later today. Scheduled start time 4:45. You can watch it right here on Video Productions Facebook and YouTube pages, along with the NFHS network. Jack Wither alongside James Miller of Swim WV. You can follow along with him on Twitter at SwimWV. We keep it simple. Or check out his website, swimwv.co.
.co. And you'll see on the website today, I got up at 5:30 in the morning just so I could post this. It has all of the how many state titles each person since 1999 has won. And
how many have I won?
I didn't find your name on the list.
You're going to have to redo that list. Anyway, here we go. The girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat number 1. Says on my page, scheduled to start at 10:30. It's 11:51.
It's a little behind.
Slightly.
All right.
Favorite John Marshall in lane 4. Maitland Miller, first leg for John Marshall. And she is out front along with lane number 3, Philip Barber's McKenna Hofflin.
And just look how close they are here.
Lane 2 also with a strong start. That's Parkersburg High School. Lincecum. She's got the lead. And she will take the lead into the wall and the turn.
She's almost got a full body's length.
She'll push out the lead in lane 2.
And the key will be, can they keep it up as we go on? Because sometimes it's easy to get the first leg out, but not so easy to make sure that the whole race is right behind you.
Lincecum comes in for Parkersburg. They're in the lead in the water first in lane 2 of this heat number 1 of the 400-yard freestyle relay. But coming on strong is John Marshall in lane 4, followed by lane 3, Philip Barber.
It's the third leg that Parkersburg's worried about. So what Parkersburg right now,
building that lead.
They're building that lead because their third leg swam a 107. Then we got some people that swim a 103 and a 101. So they need probably about 2 body lengths to be able to claim this one. So
they've got it right now.
Yes,
and more.
And you know, if you're Sarah Rader, you know, your goal is don't squander it so much, because then when we get back at the end, we should be able.
Izzy Farinash of Parkersburg. Big lead here.
This is how we.
The second leg, the third leg coming up.
But here we go. Can she hold on?
Kaylin Morris in the water for the Big Red.
She has about a 4-second lead, so.
Neck and neck in lane 3 and 4. Philip Barber and John Marshall. Philip Barber's Rihanna Davies. And John Marshall's Caitlin Cochran.
So far, she's doing good. It's
Kaylin Morris of Parkersburg keeps the lead.
Looks like John Marshall's coming on.
They edge ahead for that second spot right now for John Marshall in lane 4.
Ooh, she popped right up on that turn. Hopefully that doesn't run up. But Parkersburg, they're still staying strong.
Final turn here in leg number 3 for Parkersburg's Kaylin Morris. Can she keep that lead extended enough?
Oh, it's getting close.
Victoria Kidney awaits for the final leg for John Marshall in lane number 4.
And
for Parkersburg will be Haley Merritt.
And Victoria Kidney swims a 54, so
Merritt in the water for Parkersburg, and here comes Kidney.
Victoria Kidney, she's waiting.
Merritt looking strong, makes the first turn.
And if we can keep it out to the 75. All right, so far we're a body's length. We could keep it to a body's length.
Victorious Kidney making her move here.
Oh my gosh. And you know as the anchor, hold that turn. Oh man, if you only could streamline there.
Kidney comes out of the water. She's closing in.
It's closing in.
On Merritt of Parkersburg.
And look at Phillip Barber. Phillip Barber and Elkins are also coming on strong, but it looks like Victoria Kidney's got it right after this turn. Just the turn is too much to overturn. But now Parkersburg, who...
They've got to hold off for second.
I mean, Parkersburg was seated... they were seated 11th, so...
Haley Merritt, can she hold off? Phillip Barber. Magnolia Shiplet.
And she got it.
In lane number 5, Elkins.
And here we go.
For third.
Who's going to happen? Look at Spring Mills coming on strong, but just not quite enough. Look at Victoria Kidney, just super stretched. I mean,
Rachel Shirrock of Elkins. Wow, what a final leg for her.
I know. Look.
She comes in, bringing it in third for Elkins. You see it right here.
Look at that. She came surging by.
Hey, we haven't even got to the final one yet.
That's right.
That was exciting.
That was exciting.
Here comes the parade. Not sure what song this is. It's probably more your style here, James.
I don't know, but I think I have Shazam. Let's see if we can.
You see the Bridgeport, the hockey jerseys?
I know I've heard this song before. I just don't know what it's called.
The final for the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. Lane assignments, Wheeling Park in lane 2. Bridgeport in lane 3. Morgantown in 4. George Washington in 5. Fairmont Senior in 6. And Hurricane in 7. And this was the event that was the most exciting event last season.
Oh, it absolutely was. And I promise you, the boys.
Guess what?
It's the same two people. And here's what's cool about this one. And I'm pretty sure secretly they were annoyed with me because I interviewed both relay teams on my Splashcast. And I know Morgantown, they would never say it on. They would never say it on the Splashcast. They would never say it. I know they want to get revenge this year and break the record and be ready ahead of them because when you get out-touched, they said all the right things, but I know deep down. The ultimate revenge is to come back a year later, crush it, and not even be a race. And right now they're seated 7 seconds ahead of everybody else. So we'll see what happens here.
You can throw those seeds out the window right now.
Absolutely can.
For this Morgantown and George Washington, they'll go right at it.
That's right.
And the final leg will be Caroline Riggs and Maddie McLaughlin. And to start things off for Morgantown, Caitlin Blouser. And for George Washington, senior Mia Wonko.
We need a reminder, it's 3:37.14. That is the state record, 3:37.14.
Was that set last year?
That was set last year, and I believe it was set by these ladies that are swimming it right now. Wiltshire, Walco,
Ridenauer, and McLaughlin.
Yep, they set it last year, so.
Here we go. Buckle up. We're underway.
Here we go.
400-yard freestyle relay. And a quick start for Morgantown. Caitlin Blouser out in the lead.
Here comes. Look at that turn from George Washington.
Blouser keeping the lead. Just behind her is George Washington's Mia Walco. Bridgeport right there with Emilio Romano in lane number 3. Romano looking good right now.
Yes, she is.
Neck and neck with Walco.
Oh.
Final turn here in leg number 1. Morgantown leads Caitlin Blouser. Stanescu set to enter the water for the Mohegans next.
Well, like Bridgeport's coming out pretty good here right now, so.
Bridgeport in the waters in second. Kira Gazal, the freshman.
All right, see if Mia Walco can.
Olivia Ridenauer in the water for George Washington.
Sorry, they changed up the order from what it was earlier, so I was going by the order in prelims.
They could change it up again. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. They all look the same with their caps on.
Morgantown with a big lead right now.
Yep.
Here in the second leg. Irina Stanescu. Her final turn.
Well, you got Wilcher. You got Wilcher versus Householder, and again, we're
2.5 body lengths lead for Morgantown as the third leg enters in. Delaney Householder, the sophomore from Morgantown.
Well, 3:37.14. Let's see if this is the one we need to get to, because I think we're almost coming down to Riggs versus McLaughlin here.
Ashley Welcher in there for George Washington in lane number 5, trying to.
She said she's a chaser. She said she's a chaser. This is the ultimate chase. Can she chase just enough to get there? And she's coming on strong. She is really coming on to Delaney.
Householder still in the lead in lane number 4 for Morgantown. Ashley Welcher trying to catch her. Trying to give her teammate, Maddie McLaughlin, a chance. But Morgantown has other ideas here today. Into the water for Morgantown. Caroline Riggs, the junior. And McLaughlin now enters the water. And here we go.
Can McLaughlin catch up?
Riggs makes the turn.
Again, if you're Morgantown, you have spent an entire season waiting for this moment. All right, you break a record, you get out-touched. You've been waiting for this moment.
Makes the turn. McLaughlin now makes the turn.
Not even going to make it close, it looks like, for Morgantown.
Riggs has other ideas today. This is not going to be a close one. The Mohegans, all season long, like you said, have waited.
And here comes
taste in their mouth.
Will the revenge come right here?
Can they?
I think it is. There it is. The ultimate revenge right there for Morgantown.
3:35.51, a new state record in the girls' 400-yard freestyle for the Mohegans of Morgantown. But we still got a race in the water.
Here we go.
Over in lane 6 and 7. Coming in, Cabell Midland and Spring Mills. Or excuse me, that's Fairmont Senior and Hurricane.
Just look.
But Morgantown, impressive today. Gets the revenge from last season.
Not even close.
And Caitlin Blouser, Irina Stanescu, Delaney Householder, and Caroline Riggs are your 2022 girls 400-yard freestyle relay champions in record time of 3:35.51.
We didn't quite have as many records broken today, but I know for Morgantown, that's really special.
So congratulations to the Morgantown relay team on a new state record and a state title. We'll step aside. We'll come back and recap everything from here inside the Aquatic Center at Milan Park. You're watching 2022 WVSSAC State Championship Swimming right here on Video Productions and the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health.
And